And Anna's muted.
Yeah, no sound. And that was so funny, y'all. Hello, everyone. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead.
Hello, and I'm glad I wasn't the first one to have on mute. So I am Cayce from Ormsby Farm and the Halfway Homestead.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
And this is Sandi with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Welcome.
Okay. I know you can see my little crown of cleavers. So and Ann is dressed up over there too with her little crown. Sandi is just still starting to grow over there. So she doesn't have any herbs on her head. But yeah, we are talking about medicinal herbs and edibles and all the things tonight. And please remember that anything we talk about in this podcast tonight, in this live stream, this is all our opinion and it is for entertainment purposes only. We are not experts. Well, Sandi's kind of like an expert anyway, but she's an expert at all the things she knows, and doesn't mean that you have to do the things that we do. And so what we're sharing with you is what we share with you because we love you and we want to encourage you, but it is not like set in stone. Okay. And so this is only for entertainment and for you to make your own decisions. So that being said, I think we're going to throw it to Miss Ann for saying hello, right, Cayce? Am I right?
And hello to everybody. Cynthia Delight, all the way from the Netherlands. She said she might be asleep. It's already 2 a.m. by the time we get through this live. Bless her sweet soul. Now, what about Bob, Robin Hood Homestead? I do. Hey, Ann, Phil back. I'm so glad you're here, sweetie. Jersey Dolphins. He's a cutie patootie. He's got some little issues with his hands going on. We need to help him tonight to be able to help with his arthritis. And Penny Ortiz, our gorgeous, sweet, giving little fireball in a miniature dynamite, comes in small packages. Rita with Prayer Mountain Homestead. We are praying for you, sweetheart, hoping that your health is well. And Jeannie, welcome. She says she's getting ready for your song, Sandi. That's all. We heard about that song earlier today. And Reba Fryman. Well, anybody named Reba is a friend of mine. So we're glad that you're here tonight from Cynthiana, Kentucky, I think she said. Good evening, says Jeannie. She won earlier today on my live, which is fabulous. Good to see y'all. Rebecca, touched by you. She won as well. We got some winners in here tonight. We're going to have a giveaway later. So, y'all, not only are you going to love this particular show, you need to stay because we got some good stuff towards the end. Ginger, not for nothing, Homestead. So glad you're here. Oh, goodness. And let's see. We have... Dude, yo, where's my car? That's my Lori. She said, what's up, peace? I love her. I sleep underneath a blanket that she sent me every night.
Oh,
isn't that nice? It has God's words all over it, like Bible words. Mrs. Dallas, how do, sweetheart? Glad you're here. Maria Graham. Oh, I love her. She's a friend of mine. I'm so glad she's here. And Ratchet. Hi. That's a new word. I've heard a lot of broadcasters, creative people saying that word lately.
Oh,
weird. Because ratchet is a word, but U.S. Freedom 5. How do, darling. And Shade Tree Cook. Hey. We're glad you're here. Have fun in nature. I enjoyed last week in here so much. I hope you learned a little something about water, glass, and eggs last week. Inspired clips. Hello there, love from Laurel, Connecticut. That's a little bit chilly in Connecticut up there. Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. I do. And Sandi, you'll love that. Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage Farms said that for her Mother's Day, she captured a beehive.
Oh, fun. That's so exciting.
Pretty cool. It doesn't sound like a good Mother's Day to me, but I know those people love it. The Moose Barbecue. Hey. Crafty, Terry. Hello, everybody. We're so glad y'all are all in here. I'm telling you, it tickles us. I mean, no worries. We do really have a good time even without you, but we have a better time when you're with us.
Yes.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, you are. You're gonna love all this herb stuff. So that's awesome. And Tamra.
Tamra.
We have a couple of Tamras in here again tonight.
Yeah.
I
Yes, we
believe.
do.
Hey, Lynn Farm Okie. Lynn Farm Okie has several channels, and Lynn the Okie Farm and Lynn Farm Okie. Hi, Mind Bobber. Good to see you. Wayne Smith.
Oh, Wayne.
Casey, you all settled in your new place, baby?
Not quite yet, but it's coming. When y'all see this is going to change from blue to white, then you'll be like, Casey, where are you? That means I'm settled. It may be a couple weeks.
He's just a little bougie and has to have everything just so. Anna McBride, hello. And you're Anna from Texas.
Yay.
Wonderful to see you. And there's our other Tamra, L&L Homestead. She says, hey, y'all. Hey, Troy Sutton. Hey, you sweetie. We're always praying for you too. Hope you're doing good. Troy sends me little things on Facebook Messenger of stuff that he's doing. Coolest stuff, man. He's trucking right along. Lori's girl.
Oh,
Oh, she's in Oregon now. You're on time.
Yeah.
You're always on time, Lori. But she's in Oregon now. And so she can be, it's still weird time because she used to be in Canada before that. But anyway, so we're good. Hello, everyone. If we missed you, it is not intentional. I do see Chris Smith. And they say howdy. Glad to see you. I hear a little echo, though. I do hear a little echo going on. And Brisket,
She's going to blame it on my microphone. Watch.
I'm not. You know, I did that for years, literally, and found out it was me the whole time. Ray Dean. Hey,
Ray
Dean.
Dean.
Hanging out, listening. Briskets, we're glad you're here, honey. And Desert Goat. Woohoo! My favorite people. And you're one of our favorite people as well. All right. So tonight, gosh, I mean, that took a minute to be able to say hello to everyone, which we're thrilled about. And yes, we do have these lovely head dressings. I happen to be herb woman. You have an ache or a pain or a scrape or a scrap. Call herb woman to come to the rescue. So that's what we're doing all tonight. Sandi, will you tell them what we're going to have fun learning about?
well,
Yeah.
we're gonna learn about medicinal and herbs that are edible, because a lot of times there's a combination. You know, sometimes we grow an herb and we've been growing it for like 100 years, like basil. But I mean, and it's wonderful in your food. But did you know basil is also anti-inflammatory? It'll help respiratory disorders. It will help your allergies. It has all these different things that when you go to study it, it's like, oh my gosh, not only can I use it when I'm cooking every day, but I can use it when I'm not feeling so good too. And so we're just going to talk about that. Now, like Monica said, we are not doctors.
Right.
So we're just going to talk about things that we've done ourselves and how it has helped us.
Mhm.
And then you can do your own research and you can decide, maybe I want to try that. Maybe I don't want to try that. But it gives you some options, and options are always good. And because we live in a crazy world, maybe sometime you might not be able to get a medicine. What are
Right.
some alternatives that might work?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, Monica, on your head, you have some cleavers. Are you going to
Yeah.
tell us about those?
They're sticky, and I know that I'm going to pull them off my head for a second. I'm going to have crazy hair here in a second here, but they're super sticky, right? And I know that they are medicinal in some way. And I think we had talked about it a little bit. They are great for lymphatic drainage. And they're found
Right.
all over my garden. Like we have like piles of these. I literally 5 minutes before we were ready to start, I asked my 9-year-old, I said, run outside and grab me some cleavers. And there they were. And I said, grab the stuff that's super sticky. And they literally will just stick to you. I mean, like they like stick to everything. I mean, they really do. And people usually just think, oh, it's a nasty weed. Get it off me. I'm going to be picking them out of my hair tonight. Thankfully, Eric's not here to see me a mess. But so if you decided you wanted to use these, you could dry them out, make a tincture out of them. Right, Sandi? Am I right in that?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you can make yourself a tincture, and then you could very easily take that tincture to help with your lymphatic drainage. Is there anything else that it does besides lymphatic drainage, or is that kind of like the best purpose for them?
Well, it can promote urination. Like if you're having an issue, now some of the people in the chat may not recognize the word cleavers. It's also called bed straw.
What's it called?
That bed straw.
Bed straw?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It also
that's an
says
interesting name.
Goggle calls it goosegrass,
Interesting.
often called sticky willy or goosegrass.
Yeah, it's these little tiny pieces on there are super sticky.
Hold on, Monica. I'll try to make you large. Hold on.
I'm pretty large already, but
No,
these little things are sticky. These little like sticky ball things. And then this is like, it's just really sticky all over. And it really will just stick to anything and everything. Like, it's just going to be on my shirt and it's not going to come off. Like I'm walking.
Where does it grow? Where does it grow? Where did your boys pick you some?
In my garden. Like it's just in my grass. I see it all over the edges of the road. Like it's everywhere. Now mine is just in my garden, like on the edge. We just mowed through a lot of the extra junk that's in my garden today, but this was just there growing along the edges and I left it as long as I could. And I just told my boys to go grab it, but it just pops up. Now I did read though, that if you have cleavers or some of these other grasses like this, that actually means you have pretty good soil, because cleavers indicate you have a pretty good soil biome or whatever's going on. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So I just let them sit as long as possible. So that means, okay, I might have good soil, but they fun to make a fun crown. So if you're out there in the garden with your kids, find ways to make gardening fun and, make them a bracelet or a necklace with cleavers.
There you go. There you go.
But my kids knew exactly what it was when I said, hey, I need you to go get the sticky stuff. And they said, what? And I looked at my 9-year-old and said, go get me the cleavers. They're the sticky things in the garden. He knew exactly what I wanted.
Hey, Miss T with the T. Hey, darling. I'm glad you're here. So, and Miss T has really started getting into herbs and gardening as well. She was a city girl, but she's turning into a little homesteader right there in her apartment on her outside garden. I just am tickled. You got them all over your flower beds. You've used them for years.
Yeah.
What do you use them for, Heather? Literally, what do you do with them? Because there's probably 1,000 things that you can do. Does it have?
So it's got like these little teeny tiny hard flowers, and it's not super hard, and they're not that sticky. Like I'm looking at them on there. So there's these little teeny tiny, like almost like ball pieces right there. They're not that sticky. They're not that hard. They're not hard like that. If you look up cleavers, you can probably find a better picture online, but it's a little stem. The stem's a little prickly. It's hard to see on camera here, but the stem's a little prickly, but it's a soft prickle, and it's nothing that's hurting my hands. It's just
good.
Yeah.
And around the country, you'll get different names, because I'm looking in the chat and there's all these different names that people are popping out. Well, we call it this, we call it that. So I did put the Latin name in there.
Oh, nice.
Because sometimes you need to have the Latin, so you're literally using the correct thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make teas. I was thinking you could do teas, right? You could do a tea or a tincture. Hi.
Hey, BP. You make tinctures and teas. You hope it helps. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's nice.
That's
really good to know. Yeah.
That is good.
Okay. So that's awesome. What we did, y'all, several of us went around our yard looking, and because I was thinking, this was one of my very favorite topics, because I do all these herbs and salves and ointments and tinctures all the time. And it's kind of sort of my life a little bit. But let's see. Paul Cayce Farm says, in Bible days, they'd give a laurel wreath to winners of the Olympic sports. Monica's crown reminds me of that. Run that you may win the race.
I'm running,
Oh,
Paul. I'm running.
easy. What are y'all doing, Paul? We're glad to see you. Anyway, I was thinking, what in the world do I have? Because most of the things that I've talked about and done little videos and stuff have it's their season is past. Hen bit and dandelions. I don't have any dandelions anymore. Hey, Auntie's World, Lynette Lawrence, we're glad you're here. And but I got to looking and to thinking. And the other day, I did a video on a mushroom. I have 2 of them that are growing in my yard. Now, I had to do, oops, well, happy birthday. I had to do more research. And as I was doing research, it kind of got old and woody, but I want to show it to you. Okay. I've got a whole bucket down here of things. It's amazing. Once you put your mind in that mode of looking around your yard for things that you can eat and use medicine wise, the world is so open. It's crazy and amazing. So I don't know if you want to make me big, but this is my turkey in the woods mushroom. Look at that big old thing. It's huge. I just picked it today. And I asked of course, you ask YouTube, what is this? And I got my books out also. And I Googled and I chat GPT'd and I did all the things. But this is supposed to be really yummy mushroom. I have another one out there yet. But the telltale signs are that it's orange on the inside. It was white around the outside. When you cut it, you're supposed to just eat. Okay, I'm kind of getting it everywhere. I got dirt and bugs all over. Chicken of the woods. That's right, James Hall, y'all. Did I say something else? Did I say chicken of the woods? I hope I said chicken of the woods. Anyway, you're supposed to cut it like here and not get this bottom part. And then you can slice it like fries and eat it in butter and all those amazing things. That's a big mushroom, isn't it? But the one telltale sign, just put it in salt water overnight. It'll soften back up. Oh, really, Rita? Chicken of the woods. Okay. I said turkey of the woods. Oh, chicken of the turkey. I thought maybe I said chicken of the sea because I have said that a couple times lately. So, chicken of the woods. The one thing I want to warn you about, you see that this does not have gill. Oh, hello. This does not have gills. I was told that there are some lookalikes of this particular mushroom that have gills and they're poisonous. So do your own research. We're no doctors and we're not telling you what to do. So yeah, okay. Chicken of the woods. That's my contribution.
I love it.
So I got a lot more stuff down here in this bucket, but we don't have time for all this stuff. Sandy, what did you bring for us today?
Oh my gosh. Piles of things like Ann does.
I have Frock Queen.
I brought some of my tinctures.
Nice.
I
We
brought
love
some
a good tincture.
my homemade teas. Like this one is my Mama's Morning Tea. It's for women. Sorry, Casey, it's not for you. It's for women.
Only for girls. Now, I want to, what I would like for you to point out, Sandy, is how awesome you are when you're labeling your jars.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Well, I think you should always, even though you have the recipe, I think you should always put the recipe on the jar. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it tells me
Yeah.
2 cups of peppermint, 1 cup of raspberry leaves, on all the different ingredients. So that if I pull this out and me and a friend are having a cup of tea, she wants to know what it is. I have every ingredient in there. I do it with all my stuff. Like this is an immune buster tea and it has everything that I have. It says steep for 15 minutes. On every tincture that I have, I always write when I made it, how much to take, how many times a day to take, based on a person that's basically 150 pounds. If you were less or if you were more, you would adjust that. A child would be very much adjusted. You wouldn't give them the same dose as an adult would have. I also like to make my own little capsules. So like this one has bilberry in it, and this one has lion's mane. Lion's mane is really good for your brain. And so I brought a capsule. I like the gelatin capsules. There are some that make people, other things. I like the vegetable one. And see how they just pop apart. Then you put in a little machine, put your little stuff in there, and you pop them back together. It's as slick as can be.
So what is included in women's tea?
Oh, well, it has a lot of goodness. We have peppermint leaves, raspberry leaves, blackberry leaves, periwinkle, bilberry, hibiscus, rose petals, elderberries, ginkgo, lion's mane, ginger root, cloves. I always add licorice root to all of my teas because in Chinese medicine, it helps pull out the other stuff, the goodness in other herbs. And then I have a little licorice root, yeah. And I put a little stevia in there so you don't, natural stevia, not processed.
Yeah.
And then you just steep it for 15 to 20 minutes before you drink it.
That's so awesome.
It's just something I think is important, and I mean, I have all these things in my, you guys have seen my cupboards before with all my goodness of herbs.
They're fabulous.
I have things hanging in there that I just put, I put a seal on there just so that it's a quick reference. I mean, I have lots of books, but if I need a quick reference on something, it's right there.
That's right.
If I need to find something in my herb cabinets, I have it all color coordinated. So the different colors are different shelves. And it says how much I have of each thing. I know it's seriously ridiculous. I know.
No,
I love it.
I was about to say, you're speaking my language on that.
That's
On the
awesome.
list.
That's awesome. That might not ever happen in the Dale house, but it's a really, really awesome idea. And I could give that to somebody else that wants to organize me. And then they can maybe use that as an idea.
I can't even tell you how many times it has helped me save minutes, I guess, or 15 minutes or whatever. Because I can just look it up and I can go, I have a quart of comfrey and it's yellow, so it's on the top shelf.
Oh,
that's awesome.
So then I could just go to the top shelf and I can find it. Because I know what size jar it's in too.
That's so awesome.
It's just one of those crazy things that I do. Sorry.
I love it.
Now that I'm talking about
it. I mean, seriously, I love it because it's just make life easier. That you have color coordinated, that you have all the ingredients, you have, like my stuff says a mullein tincture, and I have the ingredients on the back, but I don't have the dosage or how I'm supposed to use it. So people are going, what do I do with it? How do I do it? What do I do? That kind of thing. So that's very important to do. Now, Cayce is running our technical side today, and he's sitting back learning a whole bunch of stuff. He's a busy, busy man and hasn't been able to gather anything yet today, although I see those thought bubbles going up in your head.
Well, I mean, I do have my little tincture and herbal cabinet. Especially, we did a video, I think it was last year, where we were invited by Tammy over at Mountain Grandma to join in us as podcast hosts. And I kind of was trying to aim my medicine cabinet after Sandi's, because Sandi's is so organized and neat and tidy and everything. It looks really cool. What'd you say your husband called you?
He called me a witch.
Funny name with a witch.
I know.
No, not that.
Well,
no, it wasn't that. No.
Because I like to make concoctions, and he just thinks it's funny that he thinks it's like this cauldron, and I'm making
Like
myself.
the brew, like the witch's brew.
Good. Good.
Well,
You love mullein too.
With
That's-
that, I what I'm talking about in cooking with Cayce a little bit later is I had tried a couple, I guess maybe last year, maybe 2 years ago, tried doing sun teas. And
Oh,
when we
yes.
talked about basil,
Yes.
basil doing it in the sun tea, because listen, if you plant basil, you don't get a little bit of basil, you get a ton of basil, and then it expands and gets more.
Yeah.
And if you just stuff it in and do like a sun basil tea, you can have it as cold or you can have it hot. It's so good and it's good for your body. So I have my little herbs hanging. So I do have some things. I love my oregano tinctures. I mean, literally oregano tinctures after I've learned. Now I don't put it through the veins. No, you actually take it, top through your tongue.
Yeah,
but
I do have some
great to
oregano.
have.
It's really good.
I actually have some of Miss Ann's oregano oil.
You might. You just might.
I just might. And I'm telling you, when I feel something coming on, whether I take it under the tongue or I'll put it in literally a bottle of water and drink it throughout the day, with teeth pain, I have avoided high dental bills. Again, this is me. We are not doctors. We are not dentists.
Right.
But I personally have found that it has helped a lot of my teeth problem where I don't have the pain or I don't get the infections as much.
Yeah.
When I take oregano oil.
Toothache cleanser.
I made my own picture on that one. Yeah, I grew that. So I didn't put it in the ground though. I grew it in my what's the little thing with the water? I'm like my blanket.
Hydroponics.
Yeah, I have my little like it's a little 3-pod one, okay? And I wanted to grow something. And so I asked my son, he was like literally, it was last year. And I was like, he's 8. I'm like, pick out 3 plants. He picked out a toothache plant. He's like, this looks cool. I was like, let's try it. So we grew it and it was crazy. It was creeping along like with some spider. It just vined out. It was beautiful. And he was like, Mom, I don't know if this is everywhere. And I was like, I'm just going to harvest it. So harvested it. I put it in my container, made myself a tincture, and my 12-year-old came down with a really nasty tooth infection and he was in so much pain and it was over the weekend. And sure enough, I used my toothache tincture that had already strained and I was like, oh, I have something. And I used it. It helped for a little bit, not as strong as he would have probably liked, but he was in some pain.
It's a little bit numbs, right?
It does. It numbs it. And it's awesome. And if you take the actual plant and you eat the plant itself, you like chew on it, you'll start to feel that numb. You'll drool. Yeah, you'll just drool. It's one of these things that you can play a joke on somebody and be like, oh, try this, and give them a mint leaf. And then you're like, oh, try this. And then you give them a toothache leaf. And then they're like, oh, because the whole mouth goes numb. So, but yeah, that's a really great medicinal herb. And I was really excited that I could grow it hydroponically because I don't know, it's one of those things you can grow it anywhere.
You know what Joe uses it for too, is like when he gets sore muscles, he'll rub it onto and it'll absorb through your skin. And because we just tried it because he needed something. So he needed some relief. And it was amazing that it could do that.
I love that. Now I'm going to have to try that for Eric when he's feeling sore coming in outside.
That's
amazing. I remember you telling me that now. Now I'm going to have to write it down and be like,
now,
Monica.
Sandi, is it you just take the plant or do you put it in a salve or a butter or?
Well, I usually make a tincture out of the flowers. But the whole plant, the leaves and the stem will give you that numbness. Like in some fancy restaurants in New York and Los Angeles, they're literally taking the leaves and adding them to salads so people have this little zing in their salads.
I would think
I would not be happy.
I got a zing.
No.
Cool.
I would not be happy if I started drooling in the middle of my salad.
Little pieces, you'd be okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Okay, so that sounds awesome. I also found in our garden, this is broadleaf plantain. Oh, hi. Okay. And the way that you can tell that it is plantain are the leaves, the lines on the leaves. Now, it's a little sad because it's been out of the dirt and no water for a minute. But you see how the lines are and on the leaves of all the curves and things? That helps you know that it's plantain. Broadleaf plantain grows just like a weed. I mean, it is a weed. It was in, and Brian, I use alcohol in my tinctures. And BP wants us to explain what a tincture is.
I was about to say I saw those comments and I will bring them
Yeah.
up. I promise.
Okay, but let me just finish with this real quick. Medicinal on the plantain. It says you can use it as a poultice. You can crush the leaves and use it for insect bites or bee stings or any kind of minor wounds. You can also eat the leaves. You can eat them in salads or you can cook them. And you can use them like flower buds or seeds. The flower buds and the seeds, the whole thing is edible. Now, I mean, I wouldn't want to eat the dirt on the bottom, but everything else, you can do this. Plantain. And people are purchasing plantain and loving it. So just saying. Okay, let's talk about tinctures because it is important. You know, we say you can do this and you can do that. Well, like with that plantain, I would probably dry it in my dehydrator.
Yeah.
And then use it from there for skin issues to be able to make a salve out of. But let's talk about tinctures. How do you, go ahead.
Okay, now a tincture can be made with fresh or with dry.
Mhm.
It can?
It's yes, as long as it's not doesn't have water on the plant. When it's a fresh herb, you use 1 to 2. So 1 alcohol to 2 of the plant. You know, like 1 ounce to 2 ounces. If it's dried, which I really prefer the dry better, you're using 1 ounce to 5 ounces. So it's 1 to 5 ratio. So if you making a fourth of a cup, it'd be a cup and a quarter of the plant material.
Okay, so it's 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Alcohol is the 1.
Correct.
Mhm.
How about glycerin? Would that be the same?
You know, I don't use glycerin rarely, and so I don't want to say what it would be because I don't know if that changes depending on your herb. Because all herbs can change a little bit. You know, when you do your research, there'll be a lot of recipes on what they recommend. So, but so
fresh.
I like to just like I'll take a quart or a pint jar. I'm going to fill it up so that I have 5 parts of that dried material, and then I'm going to pour that alcohol over top of it. Now it's going to sink way down, and I like to fill the whole jar, and so sometimes I just pack that whole jar filled with the herbs, honestly, and I just pour the alcohol over top of it.
I do that.
Then I shake it 3 or 4 times a day, and depending on the herb, it might take 2 weeks, it might take 3 months. It just depends on the herb. You know,
this is goldenrod tincture that I went and got goldenrod flowers, washed them, but made sure they were dry before. And I just shoved a jar full as I could get it full and poured vodka over it. It needs to be 70% or better, right? 70 proof or better. A lot of people will use 100%
grain alcohol. Yeah, grain alcohol. A lot of places recommend using grain alcohol.
What's grain alcohol? Sorry, I don't
like Everclear would be a grain alcohol.
120,
Okay, yeah, I have like a 90-some% of vodka or something that I use. It's like whatever.
The Everclear is like stuff that even Cayce doesn't really want to drink.
Yeah, people die.
Yeah, I know. I went in there and asked went in the liquor store and he was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "I need like high proof vodka, like high proof." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "I'm making things. I'm not drinking it. I'm making things with it." And he was like,
I will say,
I walked out there with 3 bottles though. I was like,
well, recommendation on that from the person that uses it both for adult beverage and for tinctures. There are many of the plastic jugs that are like $13. Don't feel you need to go into a liquor store and buy the most expensive or the one that's the most proof. I have done it with $13 jug vodka.
That's right.
80 proof. You buy it, you're able to make all of your tinctures and you're saving money at the same time. So don't feel you need to go in and get Everclear or get, if you see, some people see the commercials and they're like, "Oh, I need to get the Absolute vodka." No, you don't. It all works the same.
Yeah.
Get you the little plastic bottles
Well, I
And-
mean, with Everclear, how many of us, not Monica, because she's not ever done this, but how many people in high school and college had PJ? I mean, you get a cooler
what
of
that is.
PJ. Oh, it's punch, but it's
Oh.
like Hawaiian punch that they dumped. Well, am I the only one up here?
No.
Seriously?
And do you think that I have not done it?
Because it's
No, we didn't call it
Hawaiian
PJ,
punch
yeah?
and Everclear. And
Well,
you put a
before-
bunch of oranges and lemons all over, let it float
We
all
call it
over
the
it.
hunch punch.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Oh,
Well, no.
I don't know because anytime
see.
before Jesus was also when I was like 18 and shouldn't have been drinking anyway. And whatever I drank when I did drink, it was way before I knew what I was drinking. So all of that is the same in the same circle of I don't remember. So
Oh, Jersey, thank you for making me feel okay. So Tamara said we called it trash can punch, and it was
Oh.
oftentimes made in a trash can.
Uh-huh.
oh, I thought it was because you'd be like hunched over the trash can the next day.
You are.
You
There's a
usually
whole lot
are.
of kids, a whole lot of teenagers out there singing to the trash can.
Oh, there's all kinds of names for it.
Nectar of the gods, trash can punch.
Oh, yeah.
PJ. PJ was great. I mean,
Ginger come rolling up in here. She said I was a Boone's Farm girl.
No, let me say Boone's Farm is still popular in Georgia.
Boone's Farm is still
'Cause
popular.
me and Ginger are the Georgians, and it's still popular.
And it used to make it in a bathtub. Yep,
Oh,
yep,
God.
yep, yep.
Yeah, you know, the nice thing about a tincture is that it doesn't change the chemistry of the herb.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it takes all that goodness out of the herb, but it's chemistry, you know, because things you add together can change chemistries, but just your straight vodka and your herb, it's gonna keep that chemistry. And I think that's
Okay.
important.
Yes, it is. It is important to be able to know that. Well, like for instance, this goldenrod tincture that I made, it's just the tincture now. It's not, doesn't have the plant in it anymore. I
Okay.
did strain it after like 6 months, and it was made about the same time the water glass eggs were made, quite frankly. But
Oh, she was a busy girl then.
It was.
23. This was in February of 23 that I strained it. And so BP
Yeah.
says you ingest it for tinctures. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it under your tongue, you
Mhm.
know, or if it's too strong for you, like say you had to take like the red root, you take 20 to 30 drops. Now that can be powerful under your tongue. So if that's a tough thing to do, just put it in about 2 ounces of water and just drink it,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But I do like putting it on my tongue because it absorbs into your system so quickly.
Right.
Mhm. Well, I got to tell you, these tinctures, I mean, some of them taste like straight booze. They really do.
Okay,
I mean,
so question for you about the tinctures. Can they go bad, or is that something that we need to be mindful of if we're new at making tinctures and we have alcohol in our tinctures? Can that go bad, or what do we need to look for if it can go bad?
Well, probably the only time it might get yucky is if you had some kind of fruit in there. That's
Mhm.
when that water contact can become an issue.
Right.
Like if
Mhm.
you put raspberries in alcohol, it can only stay in there for a certain amount of time, and then you have to strain it. But
Mhm.
once it's strained, that alcohol is a preservative, and it basically will last
Mhm.
forever.
As long as
Oh.
a bottle of alcohol would last, right? Isn't that right?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
As long as you don't have
alcohol
water or
just will
both.
just last.
And I try to not go over my tinctures. I try to not go over like 6, 7 weeks of something sitting, and it really is depending on what's soaking in the alcohol. But like you have your tincture, Miss Ann, is
Mhm.
just a liquid, and that sits on my
That's just a
counters for
Yeah,
ever and until eternity.
right, right.
Mhm.
And there is
Yeah.
something else that I make as well. In fact, I talked to Jersey in the chat about it. Hey, Jennifer. This is cayenne oil,
Ooh,
And-
my favorite.
Mhm.
and it's a pain reliever. It's the cayenne that we grow out in the garden, and then I infuse it or just infuse is a fancy word for saying you put it in a jar and cover it with some sort of oil, right? But
Nice.
I do infuse it with, I choose to use castor oil because it has so many other healing products as well. But this, and then eventually, I don't think this goes bad, but eventually I'll strain it and I use it and put it in smaller containers and things and share it with others.
Yeah, but oils can go bad.
Mhm.
Okay.
They can become rancid, so they have an expiration date versus the alcohol. And I mean, like, you just have to know your oil. Like castor oil, you can put on your skin, you can't ingest.
Right.
But olive oil, you could ingest.
Yeah, and I have grapeseed oil.
I like to use grapeseed oil too. I like all of its properties.
Yeah.
So you just have to know what you're doing. So don't just go, oh, well, those girls and Cayce said something about something. You better be doing some research.
Yes, please.
Again, this is just for entertainment purposes only.
We only play doctors on TV.
And speaking of Cayce, and speaking of oils and things, I think we need to go to cooking with Cayce.
I think so. I think so. That would be a good idea. Because I'm going to talk a little bit more about the oils and stuff and what I use. So even though I was not prepared like the rest of my hosts, in my mind, there's a couple things that I like to prep every single year, and I do it certain ways so that I can save. Y'all know on Cooking with Cayce, I talk about saving your grocery budget. And right now, the world's crazy. Everything is expensive. Every single thing is expensive. Any ways that you can bring down the grocery budget is good. So oils, tinctures, teas, all those are different. All those can be made different, but you can use one herb and turn it into all three. And I'm going to talk about oregano, because oregano is kind of like my go-to because it has the antibacterial properties that are really, really good. When you turn it into a tincture, I put fresh oregano. So like Sandi said, you got the 1 to 2. So 2 ounces of however you do it. Now I'm really bad in a Rebel and I shove and pour, and then I let sit and then I drain it. But tinctures under your tongue, or like I said before, you can put it in your water bottle. It's like an all-natural antibiotic is what you're taking pretty much then. You can also put oregano in oil, and I do that with avocado oil. I'm a little bit more bougie and I have used the grapeseed oil, but avocado oil, I do it because I put it in my soaps. So I have antibacterial soap that I'm using for my hands by the sink, for your body. But I also add oregano to water for teas. So when I was talking about the basil sun tea, and what sun tea is basically is your herbs in a water in a half-gallon glass jar. You put it out on the hot days. Ginger knows here in Georgia, we're about to have a hot weekend. It's supposed to get up to like 91 degrees. And I'm just going to shove basil, oregano, and the stevia leaf into a half-gallon, fill it up with water, let it sit, and then that's like a tea. And when you're drinking that tea, you're getting the medicinal purposes of the oregano. Nobody even know that putting oregano on your spaghetti, even though you feel like a fat kid, you're actually doing your body some good by putting that oregano into your body. So my suggestion, my little Cooking with Cayce tidbit is find different ways that one herb that you have in your garden, you can use multiple different ways and put it in your garden. Start growing it because now is the time. Let's get our gardens going. Let's get the medicinal juices a churning.
And I mean, your pantry is amazing, Cayce. All the things that you have stored and that you have canned and preserved. I've learned so much from you, being able to hydrate things and stuff. Too hot. It's not supposed to be that hot here.
It's supposed to be like Texas hot. Like it's like Monica pushed it over to Georgia. She's like, nah, we don't want it this weekend.
Yeah, y'all can keep that. Keep that mess. I'm good.
Oh no, hot. Okay.
But it's a good time to make, sun tea. And really, it doesn't have to be 90 to make the sun tea. I mean, just keep it sun. So, do y'all make sun tea? Who else has made sun tea?
I do
all the time.
Yeah, I love sun tea. It's really, Basil tea I had to get used to because it does have a different kind of flavor when you make it, but it's very refreshing to add a little bit of stevia that you make in there to make a sweet iced tea and
Mhm.
have it good for your body.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So,
Yeah, you could add some fruit in there too to help with that taste.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a
Like
good idea.
the
So I think
hydrated
that-
lemons or
yeah.
oranges.
So if you're making like a lemon basil, I think that's one of the things that like John and Sarah over Two Doves Bees and Gardens, when she made her lemon basil tea, she
Mhm.
actually added some stevia, but she added some fresh lemon to it as well. And it really kind of like made you feel like you were kind of drinking some lemon tea. And it really tasted amazing. I have never been able to do it as well as she did. So I'm just going to have to go to her house and get her to make it for me. I'm going to show up and be like, here's a gallon jar. I need you to make me some lemon basil tea.
I need tea.
I need tea.
now, when we talk about drying out herbs, when I dry mine, sometimes I just hang them up, but I've not been successful at that because they're always dirty when I get them down. I don't know, we're really dusty here.
I think
no matter where I put
Sandy,
'em.
Sandy has a good tip for that.
What do you do, Sandy?
I literally buy those big bags that would be for out in your yard when you're picking up your grass. You know, you buy them at any store.
Okay.
And then I just make little holes in them, and I can hang all kinds of different herbs that I bundled together inside there, close it up and staple it, and just let them dry, and then no dust at all.
Ooh.
That's a great idea.
You know, and you just reuse that bag over and over again. It's a heavy paper bag because it's supposed to hold your grass clippings. And if you only have a little bundle, just use a lunch bag, a paper lunch bag.
Yeah, I've
and
done that.
put it in
I've
there.
got some of those, but it needs to be paper. Is that right?
It breathes then.
It breathes better if it's paper.
I mean, if you have plastic, it's just going to get moisture inside, right?
Well, there's some people that we're talking about, leaf bags and dollar store mesh bags. Oh, okay. Heather said the store animals are mesh handling things were the mesh bags. That would work, like the little laundry bags and things.
Yeah.
I just haven't been successful at that. So I've had to use a dehydrator.
That works too.
Yeah.
Amazon has 4-layer drying mesh hanging racks. That's cool.
Yeah. And you can make those hanging racks. A friend of mine makes those.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
I'll have to make one, and then I'll bring it in one day.
Yes, as much as we'd love to do and hang the herbs and make it look so homesteady and pretty, you do have to be realistic on the climate. As you see, I'm dripping over here, so it doesn't dehydrate as well because of the humidity.
Getting yourself a little bit there, buddy.
You see, I'm like sweating. I'm like, we're talking about some good stuff. But I think what my sweat needs is a little bit of Anne and Jesus. So I think it's time for some Anne.
Okay, that'll be great. It's always a surprise, right? And I just had what I was going to share with you guys up here. And here it is again. It went and hid on me on the computer. The world is changing. And it's not that, I hope that you never, ever have to do anything that we're doing as far as being able to survive. But it's a lot of fun to learn and to have the knowledge of being able to be self-sufficient if you need to. And it's never wrong to learn a new skill or anything like that. But I was reading this and it kind of put things in perspective for me because my world is changing a little bit right now. And I just think that Maya Angelou put so many things to great words. And I've read this to you once before on my channel, but I wanted to read it to you again because it always changes each time you hear it. Maya Angelou said, I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decisions. And I've learned that even when I have pains, I don't have to be a pain. I've learned that every day you should reach out and touch someone. People love a warm hug or just a friendly pat on the back or even a wave. I've learned that people will never forget, they will always forget what you said. They'll forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So we want you here at Hey Bale and Friends to feel like we do, like you're right here in our living room with us, because we enjoy you and we want you here with us. Thank you. Let's head back to Hey Bale and Friends.
Awesome.
Yay.
I feel like I'm just getting like a reset. Every time we listen to Anne's angles, it's kind of like resetting my mind into not being a crab apple kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, we can have pain, but we don't have to be one. And
Right.
and you know, people do. It's kind of like that chain that goes around the room. That one person starts at one end and it ends up at the other. Is that eucalyptus? This is plastique. It's plastique. I don't know what it is, honey, but it's itching my head. I can tell you that.
Greenery. I'm probably gonna have bugs in my hair.
Yeah. Oh, well, at least I don't have bugs. I might have a little glue. Hey, Scott. Anyway, people don't remember word for word what you said. They don't remember thing for thing what you did usually, but they'll always remember how it made them feel.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we want to kind of live that way. I had another thing that said, I want to live today like today is the way people are going to remember
It's
me.
frozen.
Yep. Amen.
Ah, okay. All right. So who else has an herb? I have another one that I picked from the yard.
Well, I wanted to say also before we got back into our topic, because you mentioned it kind of in your Anne's angle that we didn't really mention at the beginning, but this is week 2 of our Homestead Bootcamp. We're doing this 12-week in-depth kind of, not really knock you down, but I don't really know what I'm doing with my hands.
Intensive, like an intensive.
There's
Yep.
the word.
Mhm.
Intensive boot camp to kind of help you learn these skills. And herbal medicinals and edibles are what we're talking about tonight. So I just wanted to mention that. Sorry, Anne, to go back.
And no, that's great. And that's why we go so in depth. I'm loving it. Are y'all loving it?
Well, there's so many more things too, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we would like literally need 2 weeks of this, because I feel like there's so many things I can still learn, because we haven't even touched on like flowers. And that was something Sandi was talking about too. Like, and I guess I have another question, because so like there's a lot of medicinals that are out there that might look like something else that's actually not edible. So like I was going to ask you, Sandi, what's like number one, like if you can think of number one thing that you can think of off the top of your head that you know that there's a good version and like a bad version. There's a lady I follow on Facebook, and she's like an herbalist, and she's like, this is one is a food and one is a snack, and she asks you each time. And I like literally love it, because there are so many things that are poisonous or edible, and some of them look very similar, and you have to be able to know the difference. So what's one of them off the top of your head that you can think of?
Well, hemlock is so poisonous.
Yeah.
You know, and it has that umbrella flower that looks like Queen Anne's lace and a carrot. There's literally a poisonous onion that grows in the wild.
Oh,
so and when the pioneers came over, some of them got sick and died because they thought they were regular onions. So you have to know these things.
So what would I want to use Queen Anne's lace for? Like if I was out there and I was like, I need some Queen Anne's lace, what would I be going for that for? Like
honestly, off the top of my head, I can't actually tell you that. But you know, because I can't really grow Queen Anne's lace other than in my garden. It doesn't grow wild here.
Well, she said hemlock and elderberries. You know, you have to.
Well, because they all have that umbrella like flower, right?
Okay.
But like you can use the flower of an elderberry and you can use the berries of an elderberry, but do not use the sticks, the branches.
Got it. Okay.
literally when Lewis and Clark came across, when they were exploring,
Mhm.
some of the men got very sick because they were using those sticks to cook their meat.
Oh,
Oh.
So, but it was something they didn't know that was, that could make you sick.
right.
You better know
Right.
what sticks you're using.
You can eat a rhubarb stalk, but you
Hey.
can't eat the leaves.
Your
You know?
boys need to know what sticks they're using when they're going out
I
cooking.
know. I'm going to have to teach a medicinal class this summer so that my people don't use the wrong stick when they're trying to make their hot dogs or something over the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, and it's just not something you would think about. It's just like, oh, that's there. I'm going to cut it down and I'm going to use it when I cook my
Yeah.
food.
Interesting. So it's really important for you to, if you're going to be using things from nature, it's really important for you to know what you're using to be able to identify what is safe and what is not, because you could very well stumble onto a Lewis and Clark situation and you'll be gone.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Like if you're in the wild and you find things that look like mint,
Mhm.
all mints, their stem is square.
Okay.
So if it is not square, it is not a mint it's not a mint family, so you don't make tea out of that.
Oh.
It's just things you decide to learn.
Wow, that's smart. Okay, so really quick before we go to your suggestions, because I think we're getting really close to our time. But here's what I wanted to ask too. What's your number one like edible flower? Like if we're seeing it or something that like people would see, or so, I know you're like excited. See, I love the flower thing too. Because most people don't think you can eat flowers. Like my mind was blown last year when somebody told me you could eat the whole flower from your squash. Cayce was like, "Oh, girl, yeah, see."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, what's something else?
Well, you can eat pansies and violets, Johnny jump ups. You can eat nasturtiums. I love if you've ever grown borage. It makes this little purple or white flower.
Yeah, yeah.
You pull that flower off. You can throw it in your salads. It tastes kind of cucumbery.
Wow.
There's just so many flowers you can eat. There's literally books on flowers that you can eat.
Sunflower petal jelly. Oh my God.
Like I make jelly out of my lilac flowers.
Oh,
That's so cool.
and pansies. Yeah.
Nasturtiums. Wow. So you can just take them and eat them.
And rose jelly, rose tip.
Rose jelly. Yeah.
What?
I'll tell you, but I still to this day will tell Monica, and it's usually the best ones to get are the boy flowers. And we can do, if you want a whole thing of how do you tell the boy flower from the girl flower in another episode. But the boy flower on the squash or the zucchini, you pull it off because once it does its job, it's kind of like
Okay, I'm done.
once they do their job, the female flower doesn't need it anymore. But you pull it off and you can stuff it with some herbs and cream cheese and put it in your air fryer. It's like a really fancy appetizer, and it is so good.
We're totally going to try that this year for air.
How many of us have mullein that just grows? Or
Dandelions.
mallow. Do you have wild mallow that grows and it makes a great big stalk? It either has pink or white flowers, stalk. It's great big leaves. You can literally on the leaves make chips out of them.
Oh.
Yeah. You rub salt on them, wait 15 minutes, rub salt on them again, and it starts to absorb in there. You can throw it in your dehydrator.
Wow.
Put it in an air fryer.
I love that.
Chips.
Yum.
There's so many things you can use.
That's so cool. I just think it's wonderful. But we need to find out what in the world is Sandi doing for her suggestions, right?
Okay, so Sandi's suggestion, I thought it might be kind of fun to see my herb library. Now, you guys know I love books. I mean, I seriously love books. I love information. So I did a little video on my herb library, made a little song today to go along with it. So I hope you enjoy it.
Shade of the oaks with the wind at my back, I gather the herbs so my spirit won't lack. Meant for the stomach and sage for the soul. Nature's own medicine making me whole. Foraging wild, knowing the land as my friend. From the roots to the blooms, this love never ends. The call of the wild whisper whispers through the leaves, a dance with the herbs, and my heart believes I'm brewing up remedies. From the earth I rise with tinctures and teas. Under these blue skies, salves for my family, made with love and care, healing from the ground up. Life's bounty we share. With every drop of water, under sun and moon, I'm cultivating health, hope and harvest comes soon. The laughter of children in the evening glow, we're living off the land, and the love that we sow, I'm brewing up remedies. From the earth I rise with tinctures and teas. Under these blue skies, salve for my family, made with love and care, healing from the ground up. Life's bounty we share. So here's to the herbs and the life that I grow in suburban homesteader. I'll always know that working with nature, we can be strong, building our health where we all belong.
Woo!
So that's my herb library. And in the chat, it asked a good starter herb book. This is called A Homesteader's Herbal Companion. It is a great starter book.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It'll run you about $15, $16, but it has a lot of recipes on lotions and salves. And I mean, it's not in depth. I mean, but it gives you lots of information. So,
Yep.
you know, it's a
That's
great
awesome.
Sandy,
You know,
when you would you be able to, or do you have your books or a lot of your books that are available, if they're available on Amazon, do you have them in your Amazon storefront?
I probably have the Earthwise ones.
Okay.
You know, that we
Is there
talked
any
about.
way you could start putting some of those books in your,
I
when you have
could
time?
easily.
That way,
Yeah.
if we could
Yeah.
go, just if you're watching this and you're like, man, I want some of those books, then maybe, you know, you can go click on our QR code over there and you can go to Sandy's storefront, click on maybe her books. Maybe
I'll do it tonight. Yeah.
Thank you. Would you make
Oh.
like a books for homesteading tab or something so we can click right on
Okay.
it? 'Cause I would
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I would gladly love that. Shop on that. And that way I could also send people there, because that's where I would send people. Like if somebody was like, hey, Monica, what would you do? I'd be like, honestly, go to this link and click on Sandy's book area, because
Yeah.
she's going to be the best one to give you some good suggestions for books for this topic. I mean,
Sure.
I would 100% rather send them your way than,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool. So some people were asking for week 2. Well, we're not going to have week 2 on the herbs, but
we will be spinning for our topic. But also, I kind of hit up Sandy off the show, and I said, "Well, for those that really liked that song, we will try to get that video and that song put up on Around the Hay Bale, so you can listen to it on repeat while you're
trying to make notes and push pause. While you're trying to push pause and make notes of all the books she has.
But I will say, if you're wanting to make notes too, if you know, there was a comment, I can't remember who said it, about hard copies, how good hard copies, not digital copies.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we have a hay bale prepper guide that's on our Etsy store. It's 99 cents.
Mhm.
I think it's 87 pages. I haven't looked at it in so long, but it's on our QR code right here. You scan it and you go to Round the Hay Bale Etsy store. download it, and then you can take notes while you're listening to our shows. And there's different topics on the waters, and everything that we're going to be talking about is in there. So head over, download it. But speaking of the next week, because we are going on week 3, next week will be week 3 for our boot camp. And we like to spin. We spin a week ahead, so you have time. You have a full 7 days to get yourself together. If you have questions for any of us, now is the time to start jotting them down for next week.
Right.
And I'm going to pull them
don't leave, because we still have the prize we're going to give away, and Monica's moments and all kinds of good stuff.
We have a lot of fun stuff, so that you aren't going to want to leave. And remember, there's a surprise after the winners that
you're
here for.
Pretty big surprise, I'm thinking.
And let's see if I can close this, because I can't see everything. Okay, who wants to do the countdown? Sandi, since you created that really cool song, I think you should do the countdown.
There you go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
What's it gonna be? What are we gonna talk about? Oh, mating eggs
for meat.
Okay.
Ooh, Cayce.
All righty then. Well, Cayce and Monica are the experts, and you'll be able to teach me even more.
I'm telling you, this is an exciting one for me.
My full incubator's behind us.
You might even be able to show some babies.
I have a ton of them already right here in here. Like there's babies in there right now. So there you go.
And Cayce, each week we're giving that $10 away, but at the end we're giving big prizes away. Yes. And should we tell them that one of them is an incubator?
I think we should.
We should.
So stick around.
Stick around.
You're definitely going to not want to miss some of these amazing gifts. Besides the incubator, I think we have a $50 gift card that's going to be given away in the final one. I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff, and the $50 is thanks to our wonderful friend, Penny Ortiz. So you're not going to want to miss this. But before we do our winner stuff, one thing is last week we spun a winner that wins a $10 Amazon gift card every single week during this boot camp. But we also spin for 2 extra winners that are inserted and entered into our final giveaway. So you're not going to want to leave don't leave until then. We're still here. Don't worry, we got stuff. And if you want to win, stay. And I'm saying that only because I'm trying to pull up the giveaway tool and talk at the same time.
And remember too that you can come back next week and watch week 3, or you can throughout the week if you want to go back, check out week 1 from last week. If you came in late, you can always rewind and hit this one, come back here for week 2. But the good thing is that they're labeled so that you can go and catch up and stick with us throughout the entire bootcamp series. And then at the end of this bootcamp series, we'll make sure that it's in a playlist on Round the Hay Bale page. And that way you can come to Hay Bale and Friends and you can see at Round the Hay Bale, you can come here and see it. So you're watching on each individual channel, whatever it is, but you can always go to Round the Hay Bale to catch up on any of our past episodes. And we talk about a lot more than just these things. But this is a very nice, intensive, in-depth look at all these things. So I'm excited for getting in-depth, especially because these are some good topics that I don't know a lot about all of them. And I like to learn more too.
And that was very well said, Monica, because if you are new friends, because I've seen a lot of new names tonight in the chat. We are so grateful that you're here. We also have 6 seasons of podcasts that if you're just really digging us and want to listen to us more, we have, I don't think we hit 100 episodes yet, but we have 6 previous seasons on all this that we're talking about.
Cayce is the boss in that, Heather, but we all work together on the ideas of the shows. So
no, she gives me a lot more credit than I deserve, Heather, because we really all decided this one. I'm just the bossy ones and put them on the screen.
He says, here, I need you to send me so-and-so, and this is what we're doing. And
there you go.
We say, okay, that'd be great.
Ooh.
Herbs.
And do you want to do your spiel on the giveaway thing about how you can enter it anywhere?
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm thinking, where is that? I don't know. It is here, but I'll be glad to do that. Of course, I will say yes always. No, honestly, please enter herbs or herbs, as Jesse says all the time. HERBS, no hashtag, nothing like that. You can enter on whatever channel you are watching, which is there's 5 channels out there that are showing this right now. But if you would like to scoot over to Round the Hay Bale, which is Hay Bale and Friends on YouTube, and enter over there, that would be really cool. And make sure that you're subscribed and make sure that you've got everything checked. You check the like buttons and all of those kinds of things.
Yep.
So that's important because at the end of this boot camp, we're going to have 12 weeks here on everybody's channel, but on that big giveaway, it's going to be a big deal at Hay Bale and Friends, y'all. So
Yeah.
we really want you to,
And so after the winter tonight, after this winter right here, Cayce, you're going to pick a couple more friends, right?
I am, yes.
Are they going to have to type in a new word, or is it the same word? You're just going to pick 2 more people.
We going to make it easy peasy.
Okay.
Oregano and lemon squeezy.
So even if you type in herbs and you don't win the first time,
you get a chance. 2 more people, their names will go in a hat. The first one gets happy birthday.
she's so excited.
The first one gets the $10 prize, but also goes in the hat.
Yeah.
And then 2 more names go in the hat to win these prizes at the end. We'll have a wheel with everybody's names on them or something.
Yes. So you want to make sure you're typing in herbs because it's more than just one chance. You've got basically 3 spins to win something, or at least get into a chance to win.
OCD,
Right.
Beauty, Eat
I
and
love
Sleep. I'm loving all these new names.
I know.
It's so fun to meet you all. Thank you for being here.
Yes. I'm glad you guys are here.
So
2 entries. I love it.
Countdown. We have 32 entries, 33.
Nice.
All right. Now make sure if you come in here with like your 5 channels, make sure you hit the like button with all 5 channels, please. That would be really
up.
All right, Sandi, count us down.
3, 2, 1.
Woohoo! Okay, who's going to get it? Who's going to win the $10 Amazon gift card? And it's going to be...
a newbie.
Yay. I don't know how to say that, so no one's going to pronounce it.
I don't know how to say your name, but...
Congratulations.
We are thrilled that you are here, and we're really thrilled that you won. If you get Amazon, this will be easy to get to you. All we need is your email. So if you please, Nerj, could email us at roundthehaybale@gmail.com. Just email us and say, hey, I was the winner on Tuesday night. I won a $10 Amazon gift card. Then, and maybe share with us the pronunciation of your name. Then we could talk a little bit more about it. I'm so tickled you're here, though. It's nice to have you and new winners, right?
Yes.
roundthehaybale@gmail.com. That is the Nerd Shakes. Okay. Thank you, E. Bland. I see you.
Apparently Eric knows them, so okay.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe. And
He's guessing, he said.
Guessing. Okay. Well,
he's guessing. Okay.
remember, that's not all, y'all, because we're about to do another spin. And this one is to have you entered into the big old finale. So, Nurse Shake, congratulations. Here is our first of the 3 for tonight.
Yep. And the second is going to be, they can all go in one big hat and one big winning wheel. Radine. Congratulations, Radine. Thank you. That's
got
awesome.
one entry into our big finale drawing.
That's right.
And one more.
More. Here we go. 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 And let's see who gets the third name in the hat. Peace. That's Lori. Where's the car? It all adds up. Happy birthday. Lori.
That is exciting, y'all. That is exciting.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So again, for Nerd Shake, I'm really just trying to, this is awful. I could be butchering it. Make sure you email us as soon as possible,
Right there.
aroundthehaybale@gmail.com. Say, hey, I won. We'll send it right over to you.
By email. It'll be an e-card.
So, yes, congratulations. So we're talking next week about incubating eggs for meat. So we've talked about incubating before, but this is going to be kind of more in depth of how to get a continuous meat supplies on your homestead. So you're not going to want to miss next week.
Yes.
Now, Monica, I think it's time for a little moment with you so you can get us back together.
All right. Okay, so my moment tonight. Well, I wanted to start off with coming from Psalm 119, verse 66. Teach me good discernment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. And so when you're asking God for discernment, you really want to know what's what, right? You're asking God to give you what you need to know good from evil, right? Or to really discern, because sometimes just like those crazy flowers or those weird plants like poison hemlock, you can't always see from a visual what is grounded in Christ or who is grounded in Christ and who is not. And so for us to be wise and be discerning, we need to ask God. And, you know, in the book of Philippians, it says, and this I pray, that your love may overflow still more in real knowledge and all discernment, that you may discover all things that are excellent, that you may be sincere and blameless for the day of Christ. So this week, as you go about your week, I am praying that if you know Jesus, I am praying for you to have wisdom and discernment, that you'll be able to see that if you are rooted in Christ, that you can trust in God. And the more you know him, that this week you'll be able to see what's poison hemlock and maybe the good stuff that you can put your hands on, that you won't eat or mess with those nasty sticks, but you'll be able to take the good fruit and the berries and do what you need with them. Because when you are grounded and you know more of Jesus and you're grounded in Christ, then you'll be able to have that wisdom, that discernment that you need to be able to see the evil from the good. Because out here in the real world nowadays, a lot of it looks very similar. And we want to be able to engage in this world without being deceived, because the devil is subtle and he is very sneaky. And it's just like that nasty, nasty plant that looks gorgeous. And you might think, oh, that's easy. That's just wild carrots. Don't do it, because you need to be able to look a little closer. Look for those little red speckles, because if you see the red speckles and you see the things that are not what you need to know, what is actual good, don't touch it. So I'm praying for you this week that you will have discernment and you will have that knowledge of good and evil so that you can make sure you're not touching the bad stuff. Have a good week.
I love that. So
Excellent.
So stay away from the bad stuff. No hemlock this week, guys.
Okay, everybody. We love you.
Coming in
We'll
tonight,
see you
guys.
next week.
Thanks a lot. We really do love y'all.
Ann and Cayce, Monica and Sandi, gather round and let's start this grand plan. Can some pickles, cook up some stew with friends by our side. Nothing we can't do.